He's averaging 18 points a game over the last 5 games. He's going to be matched up against Chris Webber. He's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Expected pattern. The lob to Iverson from Snow.
See, one of the things that Sacramento does.
Iverson on the run.
Poor transition defense by Sacramento. I'm seeing do that quite often. They dig themselves holes early in that first quarter. Look at this shot.
Jason Williams gets the Kings on the boards.
The second shot opportunity, the ball goes to Eric Snow, and you see the alley-oop there to Allen Iverson. And then no transition defense by Sacramento. You want to take away the layups from Philadelphia because they're a very poor field goal shooting team. Allen Iverson.
Shot it long, and Iverson grabs the rebound. All the way, and tries to find Lynch. Back underneath to Ratliff, and Theo Ratliff has hit 3 for 3. Williams a pull-up 3.
You know, he shoots 27% from the 3 times, but he does not lack from confidence.
Shooting just 36% overall. Iverson answers. He is the answer, and he had the answer.
Follows it up with his own 3, and they lead 17-9.
Philadelphia. Iverson inside the Snow, count it, plus the foul.
A little matador defense that time by Jason Williams.
Anderson scoops up the loose ball, then it's poked away from him and stolen by Snow. Iverson's back.
So that's where your point guard has got to get back. Jason Williams, when that ball is loose, has got to get back and protect the back.
Sacramento.
Nick Anderson turns the ball over. Eric Snow picks it up, and Allen Iverson again all alone down. And their point guard, he's got to get back defensively. He's got to protect against that. And that time, Jason Williams did not get back.
Anderson for Webber. Chris is now 3 for 8 from the floor after the dunk. But they're going to tee him up for hanging on the rim. But on the move, shovels it up, no good. And the rebound is taken by McKee. Iverson racing back, gives it up to Larry Hughes, who scores +1.
Finally, some excitement from this crowd. It's been such a quiet first quarter with 76ers playing so well. Sacramento right now, their transition defense, Philadelphia really making them pay. Not getting back. You see Derek Martin by himself, actually 4-on-2 with 2 trailers coming into the play.
Had a 12-point first quarter. Back to Philly after this. Iverson, the lob underneath for Hughes. They can't finish it. Hughes knocks it away and takes it back and scores.
That's the thing people see from Larry Hughes, and they need him because he gives them that. He's a high percentage three-point shooter, not just a launcher of threes, but he shoots a high percentage. Backboard, and then the ball movement. Allen Iverson, little high screen roll, the escape dribble, the pull-up jump shot. Iverson off to a great start, and the Sixers lead by 11.
Iverson around Williams, finding Hughes. 7 seconds to shoot. Iverson the scoop.
How about that shot? I think they're stretching to say 6-1, but to drive that ball in there and kiss that ball off the basket, that was beautiful. These look easy, and this little running shot is not an easy shot. You got 2 big men jumping at you. You go off the glass. You have great concentration. You see Jason Williams is funneling into 2 shot blockers. That's one of those, just up and over, and you tease that big guy, and then you look at him as you go back down the floor and say, you didn't get up quite high enough to get that one.
Changed my approach after all these years of coaching. It's that allows me to cope with this situation. Of course, when a guy can put the ball in the basket like that, maybe you haven't got so much to worry about. Jason Williams held to 5 points so far. Into the lane, snaps it out to Stojakovic, and Peja puts it down for 3.
Anytime you get inside the rim, that's where he makes it. Now it's going to lead to another one here. So this is a bad sequence for Sacramento.
And Iverson takes it in over Williams.
That's the growth of your point guard, knowing that you have a mismatch in Webber inside. Put that 3 in your pocket, throw it inside. If you get the double team, kick it back out. That's the growth process that he's going through right now.
Billy Owens for Iverson. Came back down, went back up. Go. Stojakovic pumps up a 3 and hits it.
That's a little spurt right there. 5 quick points, and all of a sudden you're back to 5. Now
Webber against Geiger. Williams for 3. Jason Williams. I don't know what to say.
He faked the behind-the-back pass, froze the defense, and just rose up and hit the three.
Williams is on Iverson. Jumper, got it.
Now you watch Jason Williams. He's got it in his eye. It's one of those when he comes back and looks to pay you back. He'll pull up and shoot a big three here.
Weber took on almost the whole defense and then slams it home. It's ping-ponged around, and who's got it now? It's the Sixers. Iverson racing with Barry, and he scores. And eventually it's Snow who has it, pegging it ahead to Allen for the layup.
Allen Iverson is taking, that's his 29th shot in the game.
By 3 defenders. Eventually it's Philly with it. Iverson just poked it ahead to Snow. Now it's Lynch trailing the play, and he was fouled by Williams, who was the only Sacramento player back.
We talked in our open how important it was for Philadelphia to get steals, to get in the open court. You see Iverson, he's trying to leak out. They finally pick the loose ball up. No one protects back. Nick Anderson allows him to score. See, Nick Anderson's not in foul trouble. I think that time you take the foul, make him shoot 2 free throws.
Iverson is on Williams, who lobs for Weber, but a whistle blows before the slam. Game trip spread over 13 days, a zigzagging trip. Speaking of zigzagging, what about Iverson?
Ball was knocked loose, and while he was in the air, he regained it. Had great concentration. A lot of hands reaching for the ball. You see the quick hands of Weber. The ball is knocked loose. Allen Iverson regathers himself in the air and finishes it. It's the kind of concentration you have to be able to finish around that basket if you're 6'1" and weigh about 165 pounds.
Slender Larry Hughes, his pass picked off by Jason Williams. Williams with the jumper. And finally, they're on the board after 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Inside that three-point line and made an easier shot.
Williams has scored 10 after that basket. Iverson, he's got 33.
I think he might be going for 50 today. He finishes once again. He squares himself up. Nick Anderson's got to give him some space to respect that quickness. You get a couple layups, that jumper looks a lot better.
If there is a personal duel between Iverson and Williams.
To go in the third quarter, and it's been Allen Iverson in all kinds of ways today. A layup on the fast break. The little up and under pass to Theo Ratliff for the slam dunk. The jumper at the three-point line. Taking the ball to the basket, the little finger roll, and squaring up and hitting Nick Anderson for the outside shot. He's on pace to have the best game of the season scoring-wise. Bob, we've seen him this season already put up 40 points.
Iverson into the lane, and Divac shoves it back in his face. But he comes right back and scores.
That's not going to discourage him. Allen Iverson has more energy and perseverance. He drives in there. Vlade blocks it. He said, well, I'll get it back. I'll take my time. I'll drive in here. You're not going to get this one. And he lays the ball in the basket. So
they take it away. Here goes Iverson. He'll go the distance. 37 points. Phillies on a 9-0 run. The Kings, who had crept back to within 1, are now down by 13.
the steals, the forced turnovers, the Sixers feed off of these kind of things, and Allen Iverson, it's the kind of excitement in that open court that these Philadelphia fans love.
Quarter and 7 points in the quarter.
And Bob, those 6 turnovers, 5 steals, which lead to layups on the other end. It's the indefatigable Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson with the nice curl, and he gets in the lane, and the little guy elevates over Derek Martin, over Chris Webber, and knocks in that jump shot. And you know, Bob, I can't tell you how, when you are a scorer and you can get steals and you can get layups, it makes you so much more confident to pull up and shoot those outside jump shots. And I'll bet you when you look at Allen Iverson's stats at the end of this game, he's going to have anywhere from 8 to 10 layups.
Great job, little man. Don't bail him out. Hey, don't take long jumpers early in the clock and bail him out. They cannot guard you. Great job, Theo.
Who can guard him? That's the question.
Well, I think what Larry Brown is saying, look, just take your time, have patience, and you can get the shots you want to get. If you throw that quick jumper up there early, you really are asking them not to have to play any defense. And this is the games we were talking about, Bob, early this season. He's already had 4 40-point games or more. They've lost 3 of those games. Today they're in a great position here if they'll defend in this 4th period.
Hughes driving and scoring.
This gives you flashes of that greatness that he had. Today he has been the answer, and he's been doing it all over the floor. The little up and under shot after the ball was knocked loose. This one was when his shot was blocked, the second effort, and the layup. The curl and getting in the lane, elevating over Chris Webber. And it's interesting, Bob, when you look at his numbers, his shot chart, 12 of his 17 field goals have been in the paint.
Iverson. Well, he didn't forget how to shoot it. Iverson takes on the whole Sacramento defense and scores.
Well, he didn't settle for the outside jump shot.
Iverson has 43. Webber the turnaround. Off the glass, he kisses it in. 100-95.
So you got to get open by being able to use screens. You see him come to the top of the floor, and he gets himself in the lane, goes over Scott Pollard, who doesn't want to foul him. The next time Pollard comes down, blocks his shot.
Iverson has 47.
Iverson just moves without the basketball. You see, he sets the screen, and when you set the screen in many instances, you're going to be the guy who gets open. A little brush screen that time by Tyrone Hill, just enough to get him free. Tim Duncan, I would say that's some pretty quality players. He gets one. The guy's taking 40 shots today. He drives in there, gets knocked back. He pulls it up. I got to pull this thing out once again. I'm coming back at you now one more time, and this time I am going to get the foul.
The foul was on Webber, his 6th. 2 points from 50. With this next one, he could equal his career high and equal the game high for anyone in the NBA this season. He does. Jason Williams hurries back the other way, an aimless flip to nobody in particular. Iverson comes back to Lynch, and that should finish it. Going to come out of the game, it appears.
So the reason Larry Brown is doing that to get the crowd to give the ovation to this guy that he deserves today. Allen Iverson with a spectacular game. I know he shot the ball up there 41 times or whatever it was, but 50 points today. Get his team back on track after really a tough trip where they lost some close games with some bad free throw shooting, and they go to Indiana tomorrow night, and they have one more game against New Jersey before they finish and go to the All-Star break.
Jason Williams with 3, but it's too late. This game is in hand. Iverson is sitting with his 50 points. The Sixers lead by 8, and we're going to take you to the conclusion of the Spurs and the Jazz.